Sheikh Hamdan wife Sheikh bint Saeed, horrifying pregnancy complication that gave Sheikh Mohammad the chills. Sheikh bint Saeed shares a precious bond with father-in-law Sheikh Mohammad. The respect and love they have for each other sprung into action when Sheikh bint Saeed experienced a grave complication during the time she was pregnant with son. It's a well-known fact that Sheikh bint Saeed was suffering from hyperemesis gravidarum, an acute form of morning sickness which is incredibly rare in women. While expecting first child, Sheikh bint Saeed's condition worsened and she was taken to Dubai hospital where she sought treatment for a few days. This happened a few days after the Zubail Palace announced Kate and William are expecting their first child. Shortly after the announcement, just hours before Sheikh bint Saeed was rushed to the hospital, Sheikh Mohammed made a public statement expressing his sentiment over becoming a grandfather. Sheikh Mohammed, King of Dubai, said, "I'm thrilled, marvelous. It's very nice thought of grandfatherhood in my old age, if I may say so that's splendid." He added, "I'm very glad my daughter-in-law is getting better. Thank goodness. To keep matters in control, the royal family didn't want the press to know Sheikh bint Saeed was pregnant and seeking treatment at a hospital before they announced it themselves. Hence, Sheikh Mohammed and the rest of the royals made a rushed-up announcement." Editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine said, "Well, they didn't want to be let out because she's still probably about the 10-week mark, but they knew that once Sheikh bint Saeed was seen going to the hospital that it was going to be out of their hands and then the media would have control of the announcement." Hamdan bin Mohammad shares 5 reasons why UAE is going to mask. Crown Prince of Dubai, Chairman of Dubai Executive Council, Chairman of Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center and the General Supervisor of the Hope Probe, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, tweeted a video outlining 5 major points why the UAE is going to mask. Sheikh Hamdan started by explaining space programs are the gateway to science and talent development, and the Emirates' Mars mission Hope probe will position the UAE at the forefront of the Arab scientific movement. The Arab world's first interplanetary mission was developed by a team of 200 Emirati engineers who worked for a total of 5.5 million hours to build what is touted as the first weather satellite to orbit Mars. There is no future without science and no future without knowledge. We're going to Mars because we want to solidify a principle for our youth. The impossible is possible for the UAE and the people of UAE. Sheikh Hamdan continued. He further explained, "When we are determined, we execute. When we dream, we make our dreams come true. Our journey to Mars is a message of hope to all Arabs that we can compete with the world in science and technology. The UAE today leads the Arab knowledge transformation." In the video that pays tribute to the UAE's founding fathers, Sheikh Hamdan underlined, "Our aim is not merely to build a probe and launch it. Our aim is to build people. This is a journey that Sheikh Zayed and Sheikh Rashid had started, and the journey that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed are carrying on today to empower people with knowledge, capabilities and ambitions that reach the sky. We're going to go to Mars because we want to start a new journey for our country, the journey of the next 50 years and the last 50 years that passed in the history of our nation. We started from the desert of our country and we want the next 50 years to start from the desert of Mars because we are the people who don't know the word impossible and nothing can stand ahead of our rising ambitions," he added. Sheikh Hamdan noted the Mars mission will carry the flag of UAE and aspirations of its people to the Red Planet, as it will become the 5th country to reach Mars. He also declared that the mission has succeeded before the journey begins. "Congratulations to our men and women. Congratulations to our champion. Today is a day of celebrations in the UAE," he concluded.